February 25th, 2025, around 2:30 a.m., Officer Brianna Carpenter spotted a blue Ford Escape roll through a stop sign in Pullman, Washington. The driver kept going, turning onto Northeast Valley Road. That's when the officer activated her emergency lights and initiated a traffic stop. What happened next? Let's just watch out.
Hello.
Hello, Officer Carpenter, Pullman Police. So I'm stopping you because you did not stop at the stop sign coming off of Monroe onto Stadium. That was a roll. Alright, can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance, please?
So, 100% don't have my wallet on me. I was just dropping friends off really quick. I have my registration, but you could look up my license. Is that all right?
Do you want to grab your registration for me, please?
This should be. Do you know where the is there like a expiration on here? Oh, okay, this should be the correct one.
Alright. And do you have your current insurance as well?
Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right one. Like 3 in here.
What's your last name?
It's Serhini, S-E-R-R-H-I-N-I.
Alright. And your first name?
Somewhere. Karima, K-A-R-I-M-A.
Okay. And what's your middle name?
Hassania, H-A-S-S-A-N-I-A.
And your date of birth?
10/29/2003.
And what state is your driver's license through?
Washington.
And what's your address here in Pullman?
In Pullman, it's...
Alright. And how much have you had to drink tonight?
I'm not.
Okay. Would you step out of the vehicle for me, please? I think we could just come on the sidewalk right up here. Here. Will you blow on my finger, please? Blow hard. So I'm getting an odor of alcohol, so how much have you really had to drink tonight?
This lady ran a stop sign, didn't have her license, no registration, and couldn't find her insurance. The officer smelled alcohol, and she admitted to drinking earlier. She even blew on his finger instead of the breathalyzer. Wrong tool, ma'am. It felt like she was checking off a how to get arrested list. If you're going out, don't forget your license and your brain, and maybe leave the drinks behind.
I've drank prior in the night, but not any time recently.
Okay, when do you think you had your last drink about?
Probably within 2+ hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to take some voluntary field sobriety tests?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Actually, right here is probably the flattest that we're gonna get.
Okay.
Would you turn my lights down one more notch? Thank you. Turn that down so it's not quite so bright.
Yeah.
All right. Pullman 458 testing. Okay, let's just scoot this way a little bit, just so it's a little flatter here. Okay. Any drugs at all today? Prescription medications, anything like that? Okay. Do you wear contacts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever had a traumatic brain injury? Been diagnosed with concussion?
Concussion.
Okay. Can you hold that for me, please? Okay, so while I'm walking you through these, I am evaluating you both on your ability to follow my instructions and on your performance on the tests. So I'm not trying to trick you. If you have questions, if you want to see something again, please just let me know and I'm happy to demonstrate it or answer your questions, okay? Alright, so for the first test, I'll have you stand with your feet together, arms down by your sides for me. Thank you. Alright, and I'm going to have you look at the tip of my pen here and follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and only your eyes, okay? Don't move your head at all. All right, tilt your chin down just a little bit for me, please. All right. I always hate that part because I'm short. Okay, so for this next test, I'm going to put you into a starting position. I'll tell you when you're there, and then I'll have you stay in that starting position while I explain the rest of the test, okay?
This lady said she had her last drink 2+ hours ago, like she was solving a math puzzle. Then the officer brought out the field sobriety tests, and it turned into a strange dance show. Then came the pen following game. Eyes only, no head bobbing. She was like, I'm not drunk, I'm just moonwalking in slow motion.
Sure. Let's get this way a little bit. All right. So I want you to imagine a straight line coming out from in front of your left foot. Okay, and can you put your foot on that line for me? And then your right foot in front of your left foot touching heel to toe.
Do you want me to just...
Yes, please. Okay. Nope. I'm just going to put you into that starting position and then I'll explain the rest of it.
Okay.
All right, so again, straight line coming out from the front of your left foot, right foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to toe. All right, and put your hands down by your sides for me, please. All right, so stay in that position until I begin, okay? So when I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel to toe steps down that imaginary line. When you reach step number 9, you'll leave your lead foot planted and take a series of small steps around your lead foot with your back foot and take 9 heel to toe steps returning back down that line. I'm going to demonstrate that for you in just a second. So your first step will be step number 1. This is a continuous test, so once you begin, complete the entire test as I instructed. Okay, make sure you're looking down at your feet and leave your hands by your sides. Okay? Alright, I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Alright, so your first step will be step number 1. 2, 3, leave that lead foot planted, take a series of small steps around that lead foot with your back foot, and then 1, 2, 3. I did 3 for demonstration purposes, you're going to do 9. Do you have any questions? No. Would you like to see that again?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
can you get back into that position for me? Perfect. Okay, you can go ahead and begin.
Just turn around it?
Just do the whole thing as I instruct.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this one while I explain it. Alright, so when I tell you to begin, actually I'll have you stand with your feet together, arms down by your sides again for me, please. Thank you. Okay. When I tell you to begin, you're going to lift one of your feet, either or you pick, at least 6 inches off the ground. You're going to lock your knees so your legs are straight and your foot is parallel to the ground. Okay, you're going to look down at your raised foot. Obviously, I'm not going to do that for safety reasons, but you'll look at your raised foot, leave your arms by your sides. While looking at your raised foot, you'll count out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Give me just a second. Okay. Maybe. Perfect. Alright, you can go ahead and begin.
1001, 1002, 1003.
She had to imagine a straight line in front of her, step on it heel to toe, then walk like she was on a tightrope. She even had to spin around like a ballerina with small steps. After that, she had to stand on one foot, raise it 6 inches, and count out loud like she was in a slow motion race. Maybe try walking straight first before signing up for an Olympic event.
1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 2007,
Alright, you can stop. Okay, so the last one's just a voluntary breath sample. Doesn't replace the value of any test I might ask you to take in the future. You said you had your last drink about 2 hours ago. Have you had anything to eat since then? Okay. Alright. Have you ever taken one of these before? So you're going to wrap your lips around the tube, kind of like a straw, and blow into it. Steady, kind of as hard as you can. for as long as you can until you hear it beep when she pulls it out of your mouth there. Nope, it's totally voluntary. It just gives me the best estimate of where you're actually at, because you said you drank 2 hours ago, and so this is the best estimate that we get of that.
You're willing to go ahead and take a deep breath and go?
So what happens if I refuse a breathalyzer? Is there any consequence?
So it's totally voluntary, but right now, given how cold it is, I'm trying to determine if you're doing poorly on some aspects of the test because of the weather, or it's because of the alcohol, and this is the only thing that's not affected by the alcohol, or not affected by the weather, I'm sorry, and it's solely by any alcohol that you've consumed. So that's why I was asking. That one is loud. Yep, but ultimately it's up to you.
I understand that, but also, I mean, I would hope that you would not think that I was intoxicated.
Well, your eyes looked like you were potentially intoxicated, and then you missed some steps on the walk and turn. And so I'd like to see how much of that is the weather and how much of that is what you had to drink.
I understand that.
So yes or no?
I guess what are my options?
You can take the breathalyzer or you can not take the breathalyzer, but as of right now, I think you're impaired by something.
Okay.
You know, whether that's alcohol or contributed to by drugs like marijuana or something else like that. But right now, I think you're potentially impaired. So you can either do the PBT, and that gives me the best estimate of where you're actually at, and if you're being honest with me, or I have to make my decision about whether or not you go to jail for DUI solely based off of what I've already seen.
The officer stayed calm, almost like a yoga instructor. While the lady tried to figure out if she should take the breathalyzer, the officer kept explaining everything slowly, even in the freezing cold. She could either take the test or face a possible DUI charge. But the lady was in trouble. Her eyes and steps didn't lie. Ma'am, next time, don't drink and drive. It's not a game.
At this point, I think we just have to make a decision.
I'm blowing in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe. It's doing its internal test, so it's showing all zeros right now. All right, so big deep breath in. Here, see it says blow. So big deep breath in. Big deep breath in. All right, and blow out as hard as you can. Blow harder, blow harder, blow harder, blow harder, blow harder, blow harder, blow harder. Keep going. Blow, 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 blow. Perfect. All right, you can watch it with me.
It doesn't go up, it just will.
Yeah. You said you were just picking up a friend?
Correct.
Where's she supposed to be going?
I'm just taking from home, literally just down the street. Just the apartments.
All right, so 136. So that's a lot more than 2 drinks.
Over 7.
All right. You said you had a couple of drinks about 2 hours ago.
Correct.
All right, but a 136 is a lot more than that. So you are under arrest for DUI. Go ahead and turn around, put your hands behind your back for me, please.
Just relax your arms.
Relax your arms.
458 has one test.
I'm just gonna pull this sweater off of your wrists here.
So you are being audio and video recorded. The time is 02:44 hours, and it is January 25th.
Let's move away from the passenger seat
2025.
here real quick.
Yep, let's go this way.
Thank you. All right, let's do that.
So I am going to read you your constitutional rights. And you have the right to remain silent. anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand the rights that I read you? Can you tell me yes or no? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to move your car.
The lady took the breath test, and the result was significantly higher than expected, 1.36. She said she only had a couple of drinks, but the machine said, nope, you had way more. Ma'am, your BAC was higher than gas prices in California.
Or have it towed. If you give me permission, I'm happy to drive your car into the parking lot and park it. What would you like me to do?
What about my roommate and my friend? How are they going to get home?
Well, where's home for them? Okay. I will talk to them about that. So, do I have permission or do I need to tow your car?
Please don't.
Okay, so I have permission to drive your car? Okay.
Is there anything you want out of your car, your phone or your wallet or your keys?
Like my phone, please.
Where is it in the car?
Should be plugged in. My friend should be able to grab it. Should be just in the front.
So phone. Okay.
Phone. And I assume you want your car keys?
Well, I'll
She'll be
bring those.
driving them.
Yeah, I'll bring those.
Yeah. Somebody asked us to lock him in his car the other day, is why I asked. So, all right, we're going to go to this first car here on the passenger side. Okay, do you have anything sharp in your pockets? Anything that's going to poke, stick, or cut me? Okay. Here, take a step back away from that curb. I don't want you to fall. Go ahead and widen your stance for me, please. Widen your stance. A little bit farther, please. Thank you. Go ahead and search.
Can you widen your stance further? Okay. I have my body camera on though.
I've got mine on. I
Okay,
can see.
cool. Alright, back of the hand.
Okay, switch sides. There you go.
There we go. It's been a while. Back of the hand. Let's sweep that side.
I'm gonna get this unlocked. Oh, look at that. Alright, so you are being audio and video recorded in the vehicle as well, okay? Go ahead and have a seat.
The officer out here making DUI arrests feel like a Lyft ride. Even asked how her friend and roommate were getting home. That's peak multitasking. Meanwhile, she's probably still shocked the breathalyzer exposed her. Always ensure your affairs are in order before any unexpected surprises arise.
And for how long I'm gonna be there.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can I ask where I'll be taken and for how long I'll be there?
Yeah, so I'll explain the whole process on the way. Okay, just feet in there for me, please. Like I said, I'm not going to keep anything. I'm not tricking you. There's no mystery. I'll tell you exactly where we're going in just a second. Okay. Have you ever been arrested for DUI before? No. Okay. Thank you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How does it work when it comes to like getting her out, or like how does that work?
So it depends on if she's been arrested for DUI before or not. If she hasn't, then we will release her from our holding facility, which is downtown Pullman, within 6 hours. Typically on a night like tonight, it takes about 6 hours to get through all the paperwork with other calls and stuff. But she'll be released without bail, and she'll have her phone so she can make a call to somebody to come pick her up. Okay? Okay, so we're going to the Pullman Police Department holding facility. Okay? And if you're being honest with me that you've never been arrested for... Negative. If you've never been arrested for DUI before, then you'll be released from our holding facility within 6 hours. Okay, with no bail. Alright. And you'll have your phone, so once you get released, you can call a friend to come pick you up. Pullman 458 name.
Good.
Last of Serhini, Sam, Edward, Robert, Henry, Ida, Nora, Ida. First of Karima, King, Adam, Robert, Ida, Mary, Adam. Middle age, Henry. Date of birth, 102903, female, Washington. Also.
Good.
I'll be en route to holding with her, starting mileage 79.5.
Hey, Pedro.
Thank you. That works.
The officer explains the process to her, saying she'll be taken to the Pullman Police Department and released in about 6 hours if it's her first time. No bail, but she can make a call to get picked up. It was almost like he was offering a DUI 101 experience. Very little panic, just a few hours of waiting. Meanwhile, she probably had no idea she was about to spend a chunk of time reflecting on those just a couple drinks she had earlier.
Any questions, Karima? Karima? Okay. I can't hear you. There's plastic in between us. Can you speak? I don't know. That's what Officer Lamley's going to work with them on. Is getting them a ride. Your car will be parked in the Pullman Family Medicine parking lot. Pullman 458 arrived. Ending mileage 80.8. Will you grab her? Will you hold on to these, please? Thank you. Oh, and that. Thank you. Watch your hair here. I want to get you. Alright, you can go ahead and step out. Watch out for the door here. Okay, we're we're gonna walk this way towards this door. Perfect. And here. And towards the wall on the right so that the door doesn't whack you. Towards the wall on the right. This way. Towards the wall. There we go. Alright. And right through here. How much time you got left?
I'm at the restart my observation period. She just.
Okay. You care if we kind of set in? Okay. Alright, have a seat in that brown chair for me, please, Karima.
The officer was super nice and professional, even offering to drive the car into the parking lot, saving her from extra hassle and fees. The process was smooth, and she didn't have to worry about anything. It was like a VIP treatment for someone in a not so great situation. It's good to know that even in tough times, there's kindness.
Thank you. You want to grab a soap? Sit down.
I can't breathe. Can you please get a tissue? Sure. Right. Tissues. I'll help you out. I can't breathe. The sooner we get through this stuff, the sooner you get out of handcuffs.
The officer tries to calm things down, reminding her that the faster they finish, the faster she can get out. It's a bit dramatic, but hey, sometimes things just need to get done, even when they feel overwhelming. The quicker we wrap this up, the quicker you can breathe easy. Literally.
Well, Karima, the sooner we get through this, the sooner you get out of handcuffs.
You need Peter, dude. Just
gotta go through paperwork.
Please just tell me, ask me whatever you want.
So the first thing I need to do is take a look in your mouth. Open your mouth. Okay, lift up your tongue for me. Okay, tilt your chin down. Thank you. Any foreign substances or anything like that in your mouth?
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so now I need you to make sure you're not bringing anything up to your mouth. Okay, you're putting your hands near your mouth. That's why you have to stay in handcuffs for that part of the process. So now I have to read you a lot of things. And some of that I've already read you before, but we're going to read it again. First is just your rights. Right. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. If you are under the age of 18, anything you say can be used against you in a juvenile court prosecution for a juvenile offense and can also be used against you in an adult court criminal prosecution if the juvenile court decides that you are to be tried as an adult. You have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions. You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. You can exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand these rights? I need a verbal yes or no, please. I have read or have had read to me the above explanation of my constitutional rights, and I understand these rights. I understand my constitutional rights. I have decided not to exercise these rights at this time. Any statements made by me are made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promises of any kind.
If I have the right to an attorney, then wouldn't I have the right to one now?
If you want one, yes.
Yes.
Okay. We'll wait till she's done in there with her attorney, and then we'll get you on the line with one, okay? Unless...
It might be quicker if you get the number. If you just walk in and get the number from
Yeah.
Should I set up?
Okay. I'll walk in and get the number.
She's talking with Sandy right now.
Okay. Is Sandy the first one on call?
I can't.
The officer goes through the process step by step, asking her to stay calm, open her mouth, and make sure she doesn't bring anything to her mouth. It's like a checkup, but with handcuffs involved. Then she gets her rights read to her, just like in a movie. The officer is serious, but there's always room for a little humor when dealing with serious stuff like this.
Well, we'll call the first or the second one on call, and then... I just need to get a number.
Wait, can you say that again? Sorry.
All right. So, how do we do this? Let's see if he answers. If he answers, I'll put you in one of the cells with him so that I can't hear your conversation.
Hello, this is Nick.
Hi, this is Officer Carpenter with Pullman PD. I am here with Kamari. She was just arrested for Karima, I'm sorry. Karima, and she was just arrested for DUI and wanted to speak to an attorney.
Absolutely, yep. I'd be happy to speak with her.
Okay, so we have somebody in the interview room, so I'm going to put her in actually one of our holding cells so that I can't hear the conversation.
Sure, that'd be great, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Karima, this way, please. Alright. So I'm going to leave this in here. Okay? Just knock on the door when you're done, or pop your head in the door, okay? Problem solving.
Did she do fields?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm gonna assume she wasn't like that right
No. The amount of people who are just irate with me because they're not allowed to have their phones in the holding cell Astounding.
Teeth in if you want. I'll allow you to wipe your face with the tissue if you still want to. Otherwise, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
I had somebody ask me for a coloring book the other day. She thought it was cruel and unusual that there was nothing to do in there. I said, no phone. She said, can I get a coloring book or something? I said, this is not a dentist waiting room. Oh, good. Perfect timing, actually.
The officer arranges everything, even offering her privacy in a holding cell. It's like getting VIP treatment, but with a bit of a twist. Seriously, they're the ones who can turn this whole situation from oops to let's sort this out. Legal backup is your best friend when the night takes an unexpected turn.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
Alright. Thank you. Okay, we're going to come right out here and you can have a seat in that chair again. Oh, you're fine.
So these are your results.
Where are the good tubes? Somewhere. Where'd you find the good tubes? Did you use the last one? Oh. There's one. Oh, two. Whew. That'll do her. It is. In fact, this one's arguably more private. Alright, Karima, so same as before. I need to take a look in your mouth. Go ahead and open wide. Okay, lift your tongue up. Tilt your chin down and lift your tongue up. Thank you. So because you went in there where I couldn't see you, I have to recheck. That's why we're doing this again.
I promise I can't move.
Alright. So I'm going to keep reading you stuff.
Is there any way?
Alright, so this next bit is kind of long. I'm happy to read it again if you don't understand it the first time I read it, okay? Warning, you are under arrest for RCW 46-61-502 or RCW 46-61-504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you are now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. You are now advised that you have the right to refuse this breath test, and that if you refuse, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. You are further advised that if you submit to this breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied.
If she refuses, her driving privileges could vanish for a whole year. That's a year without the freedom of driving around, which is basically the ultimate no thanks to your car. The officer reads all the rules carefully, like it's a test, but no one really wants to take that test. Ma'am, it's not a breath of fresh air, but it sure is a breath of responsibility.
By the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days. If you are age 21 or over and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more, or you are in violation of, oh gosh, I lost the spot, RCW 46-61-502, driving under the influence, or RCW 46-61-04, RCW 46-61-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence, or under age 21 and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.02 or more, or you are in violation of RCW 46-61-502, driving under the influence, or RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence. If your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive is suspended, revoked, or denied, you may be eligible to immediately apply for an ignition interlock driver's license. You have the right to additional tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing. Do you acknowledge I have read to you the above statement?
Could you reread the last statement you made?
You have the right to additional tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing.
The right to administer tests, so I can choose anyone to administer the tests?
No, you have the right to additional tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing.
What would the additional tests be?
This does not say. This would be if you wanted to have another BHC performed by a qualified person somewhere. I've honestly never had it come up. So if you wanted to try and have somebody else test your BAC in addition to this and what we do, you have the right to try and do that.
And then how would that information be used supplementary?
I have absolutely no idea. You would have to locate somebody and ask them to perform that test.
I have to look. How am I supposed to locate anyone?
Like I said, it's not something that I've ever seen be done, but if you know of a way to get a hold of a BAC lab or blood alcohol content, or you wanted to have your blood drawn and have it tested by somebody that you chose, you could do that.
Seriously? That's tight. That actually makes me want lead.
If it's into her finger.
I know, but...
So what would the point of that be? How would that be beneficial?
I don't know.
So why is it in there?
I don't know. I didn't write this. The state writes it.
Double locked out. They will not try that.
Can I read it? Can you just
Sure.
Can I read it?
Over there, and it's on the other side again.
She's told she has the right to ask for a second test by someone else, but it's all a bit confusing. The officer admits that she has never seen this happen, and no one really knows how it would work. It's like a choose your own adventure. When the test gets confusing, remember, it's not about choosing the right test. It's about choosing to stay out of trouble.
So you're not doing another breathalyzer right now?
We are. That's what this is
You
talking
are.
about.
Okay.
Yes.
You're asking if I want it from a different region. If that.
No, that is just telling you that you have the right to
Supplementary.
additional
Yeah.
tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Will you now submit to a breath test?
Yeah. It's the only option I really have. Is there a bond under my name?
No, so because you haven't been arrested for DUI before, you'll be released without bail. And after about 6 hours.
This is happening you guys a lot.
This is something that we do a lot, yes.
It's really fucking hard to see every time.
You know what? You didn't hit anybody, and that we're not contacting you because you hit another vehicle or you hit a pedestrian. So let's be grateful for that at this point, and not speculate about other people's contacts.
I must have been in a negative
So this is your driver's hearing request form. So if you want to apply for that ignition interlock driver's license, you have 7 days to fill out this form and return it to the Department of Licensing.
May I also apply for, what's it called? I can't afford an attorney, so the one the state provides.
Yes, so you were already on the phone with a public defender, and then at your first court date, that will be handled there. Okay? They make sure you have an attorney. You can't turn away from me. I have to be able to see your mouth.
The officers stay calm though, probably because they've seen this before. It was like a routine for them, no big deal. All of this happens without a hitch, and the officer remains calm, making the whole situation a little less stressful. Always remember to stay calm in tough situations. A little humor and patience can make everything a lot easier.
Be able to see your mouth, please. We have a minute left on this timer, and then you'll be able to do this. All right, go ahead and stand up for me, please. So you're gonna wrap your lips around the tube and blow out. Steady. Don't stop or suck in. I will pull it out when it's done, otherwise it'll count it as a refusal. Okay. Big deep breath in. And blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost done. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Alright. And when it's done, it'll print out results and you'll get a copy of those as well. Alright. Last one. It requires 2. Big deep breath in. And blow. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Almost, almost, almost. Make sure it took it.
Did it say what it was?
It will when it prints out.
What did?
It will when it prints out.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so this is again your initial court appearance and your promise to appear. So Monday the 27th at 3 p.m. in Colfax, and I do need a signature from you right there just saying that you will appear for court.
Did I get everything back?
Yep, you get everything back.
Okay. Is there any particular reason I can't keep my jewelry?
So we can't let people in the hold cells with jewelry on because they either try to eat it or people have done all sorts of other crazy stuff with it. Yep. It's the same reason we have to take your jacket.
What?
Yeah, you'll get a blanket in there though. We had somebody try to strangle themselves with the string of their hoodie within the last week, so people don't get to keep anything with strings on it. It's a safety thing.
In a holding cell?
Yeah. It's actually a pretty common behavior. So everything that you have to take off is something that somebody else has already ruined for everyone a long time ago. Here's your copy of that.
Here, get a blanket. Right now.
Sure. You have the keys on you? Keys are in the bathroom. Okay, and your coat off and in the bin, as well as your shoes, please. We'll get you a blanket. And this is your copy here. Alright, so here's your blanket. He put a cup in the cell for you, so you're going to go in cell A right there.
And then, how does it work when I'm released?
So in about 6 hours, somebody will photograph you, fingerprint you, and hand you your paperwork, and then you'll be released from here. And you'll be able to sit in the lobby, which is warm, and make any phone calls that you need to help get picked up, so that you don't have to walk anywhere.
So the lady gets her DUI paperwork, along with a friendly reminder to stay on top of her mail for the next steps. Her car's parked in the parking lot, and she's free to chill in the lobby while she figures out how to get home. Karima was charged with driving under the influence. Officer Carpenter returned her property, advised her of her charges, and released her pending her court appearance in Colfax, Washington on January 27th, 2025. In the end, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's see who stands out the most. The best comment gets pinned. And hey, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so they don't miss out on the fun. And now, here's a challenge for you. On your screen, you're seeing the 4 best playlists. Click on any one, and I promise you won't regret it. You'll definitely enjoy this one. See you next time. Till then, keep watching.